Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. So today in this video we are going to discuss about Tech Mahindra interview questions that was shared by one of our subscriber friend. So in this video we'll be talking about the interview process, interview like what kind of questions were asked, on what topics the questions were asked, and how much time each round took, and finally about the salary that was offered. So let us first have a look at the mail that we have received from our friend. So the subject: my interview experience with Tech Mahindra, high ranking engineer. You are doing a great job. Keep posting and it really helps a lot. Thanks for the feedback. I would like to share my interview experience with Tech Mahindra. I have 4+ years of experience as a Java developer. Total 3 rounds, 2 technical plus 1 managerial. HR round was just formalities. I was contacted directly by the TechM recruitment team. They shortlisted my profile from Naukri. So this email we have received on 18th September. So it's been 1 month. So if you talk about in the to summarize this, so it is for 4+ years experience candidate who is a whose role is as a Java developer, and there were 3 rounds, 2 technical, 1 manager, and one more HR round. So, and about the salary offered, as that was shared after the questions, I will be sharing that at the end of the email. And it was very good salary that was offered to for a 4+ years candidate. So let us first talk about the round one and what our friend has to say about it. So round one, Microsoft Teams, and it was for 1 hour. So it was conducted through Teams, and the round lasted for 1 hour. I was asked questions from core Java, OOPS concepts in depth. I was also asked questions from Java 8, new features like Lambda expressions, functional interface, hash map, and garbage collection changes in Java 8, collections, exceptions, exception handling, multi-threading, serialization, SQL. Below are the questions which I remember from the round. So if you are trying to prepare for your TechM interview, so you have to brush up complete core Java, because first round was completely on core Java itself, and most of the like second round was completely on the coding. So let us see the questions now. How hash map and concurrent hash map works internally, and advantage of concurrent hash map over hash map. So for that we can answer this in there. So both hash map and concurrent hash map are part of Java collection framework, and hash map uses a technique called hashing. It implements the map interface. It stores the data in the pair of key value pair. Hash map contains an array of nodes, and node is represented as a class. It uses an array linked list data structure internally for storing key value. And yes, from Java 8, the linked list got changed to binary tree. So this all we can talk about. And coming to concurrent hash map, it was introduced in Java 1.5 to store data using multiple buckets. As the name suggests, it allows concurrent read and write operations to the map. It only locks a certain portion of the map while doing iteration to provide thread safety, so that other readers can still have access to the map without waiting for iteration to complete. And coming to like concurrent map advantages over hash map, it's not like that. It depends upon the scenario, like the use case which fits, you have to use that. It's not like compulsory or mandatory that you always have to use concurrent hash map, because compared to the performance, hash map is faster than concurrent hash map. Yeah. So the next question: explain try with resources. Why we don't need finally block here? So the try with resource statements is a try statement that declares one or more resources. So, and coming to resource, a resource is an object that must be closed after the program finishes it. A try with resource statements ensure that each resource is closed at the end of the statement automatically. Any object that implements java.lang.autoclonable, which includes all the objects which implement java.io.closable, can be used as a resource. So this feature was introduced in Java 1.7. So as usually we close the connections or resources in the finally block, and that is now done automatically. So we don't need any finally block here. Why wait, notify, and notify are in object class and not in thread class? This is one of the most asked interview questions. So in simple words, if wait and notify were on like if wait, notify all were on thread class instead, then each thread would have to know the status of every other thread, and there is no way to know thread 1 and thread 2 was waiting for any resource to access. Hence wait notify all methods are defined in object class. Next question: how to achieve thread safety apart from using synchronization? So our friend have answered it using semaphore and mutex. Next question: how many ways do you know to break singleton design pattern? How you will fix it? So before answering it, if you haven't subscribed this, please do subscribe our channel, please do like it and share it to other technical platforms as well. So coming to the answer, it can be like there are four currently I'm remembering. It can break if the class is serializable. During deserializable, we can break the singleton pattern. It can break like using clonable, we can break using reflection. Third one, using reflection we can break. And it can break if multiple class loaders are loaded the have loaded the class. Even in that scenario we can break. These are the four I am remembering currently. So there can be other ways as well, but this would the answer, these four would be enough to answer that. Next question: custom serialization and externalization differences with an example. So honestly, I didn't understood the question what is custom serialization here. So if you know the answer, you can please do comment it in the comment section. Next question: detect a loop in linked list. So this was a coding question. So we'll be sharing a separate video on all the coding questions that were asked. So as part of that, we will be covering this. So but remember the level of question that is being asked here. Indexing in SQL, how to write optimized query. So SQL index is used to retrieve data from database very fast. Indexing a table or view is without a doubt one of the best ways to improve the performance of queries and application. So SQL index is a quick lookup table for finding records user needs to search frequently. An index is a small, fast, and optimized for quick lookups. It is very useful for connecting the relational tables and searching large tables. And how to write an optimized query? So you have to write there, which is quicker, which is shorter, which gives the perfect result. So these were the questions that were asked from round one. Now coming to round two, what our friend has to say. So it was also conducted using Microsoft Teams, and the round lasted for 1 hour 15 minutes. Mostly I was asked to write Java programs using Notepad++, no IDE. So they are expecting you to write questions that give solutions to the programs that are being asked using Notepad++. So here are the questions. So all the second round was coding, complete coding questions. So create your own immutable class with mutable object like date. Yeah, we have to create. So using deep cloning, we have to clone the date object there while creating the immutable object. Give an employee class having attributes like ID, name, salary. Write a program to sort employee object using salary. If the salary is same, sort it using the name. So using Java 8, we can do this. Given an employee class having attribute ID, name, salary, write a program to store employee objects in a map so that no two duplicate employees should be stored in the map. So for that, we need to override the hash code and equals method inside the employee class, and we need to say on based on what we are saying these two objects are same, like ID or ID plus name, like that. Given a string, find the first duplicate character from it. Yeah, we can. This is a normal question. We can say. Given a string, find the longest palindrome from it. Just approach and algorithm he was interested in. So here only approach was asked, or like you can say the algorithm algo that is required to ask. Next question: explain executor service framework, submit versus execute. So ideally, the difference is that execute is simply starts a task without any further ado, whereas submit returns a future object to manage the task. You can do the following things with the future object, like cancel the task prematurely with the cancel method, wait for the task to finish executing with get method. The future interface is more for useful if you submit a callable to the pull. The return value of the call method will be returned when you call future dot get. If you don't maintain the reference of future, then there is no difference ideally. So if you want to get the response, then you have to go with that, or else you have to go with execute. Now, round 3. So here is what our friend has to say. Even the round 3 was conducted through Teams and it lasted for 40 minutes. It was a managerial round. I was asked why I am switching again to service based company from a product based company. So tell me about the two most challenging situations you have faced in your last project. How did you overcome them? Then he explained about the project, the technologies they are using. He was very polite and knowledgeable. It was a nice experience. So ideally, our friend was from a product-based company. Now he's switching back to like switching to service-based company. So the question is obvious, like why you are moving from product to service? Because lot of time in product-based companies they use legacy technologies. They don't change because their products, or even though the legacy technologies their products perform well, so they don't mostly prefer to update it to the latest technologies. That answer we can do tell. So most two challenging, any two challenging scenarios that you have faced and how you have overcome that, you need to answer. Then round 4, Microsoft Teams for around 30 minutes. HR round was just formalities. So these were the four interview rounds. So now let us see what was the package that was offered. So here is the complete mail, guys. So if you see, so these are the questions that we have already shared: round 1, round 2, round 3. And salary discussion, it was offered 18 lakhs per annum package with current CTC 7 lakhs per annum. So for a 4 plus years experienced candidate, 18 lakhs is a very good amount, I would say. So that's it for this video, guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe, like, share, provide your feedback in the comment section. And this video will definitely helpful to the people who are looking out for Java interview questions and answers, or Java interview questions and answers for experience, like what kind of questions are asked for 3 plus years of experience candidates or 5 plus years of experience candidate, like. And if you're wondering who are we and what we do, so we're basically a bunch of software engineers who attend interviews and share a real-time interview experience. Apart from that, we also share our subscriber friends interview experiences through the videos. So if you want to share your interview experience, you can reach out to the email ID that is there in the description. And if you're on our channel for the first time, visit our channel and you'll definitely get benefit out of it. So thanks for watching and all the best for your future.